Welcome back to another chess recap video. Today I got 5 more games. So yeah, before I get into this video, I've been still recording Red SMP, straight up. I'm still recording that. Long videos coming up. Still recording Red SMP though. It's gonna take a while until I decide that okay, it's enough for a video. Before I get to the chess games, here's a little puzzle. Find me into why to move. Let's go to the chess recaps. Make sure you watch it till the end. Why not? Okay, I promised you content, and I have brought you content. So, a 38 move game. Let's begin the first game. So, we got a Russian game, kind of, that has transposed. Yeah, just take the free pawn here, because he gave me a free pawn, I'll take a free pawn, why not? He just castles, I go back so I don't get hit with like a d6. If I get d6, that's just a free tempo, so I don't want that. Bishop c5 is apparently a mistake, thanks to d4, but yes, actually e4, e5, not d4. But d4 also gets the job done. You just get the 2 pawns in the center, you're strong. And now I'm going to play e5 to kick out the 9. Now I get some strong game, strong counterplay. Bishop d3 and c5, another mistake. Because of the famous Greek gift strategy. If you take, then you actually get brutalized. Straight up, that's just mate. You gotta sack your queen, because if you, don't sack your queen, yeah, you just gotta start sacking material, and it's just not the easiest thing to do. You're just gonna lose material, lots of it. So, I played d5 though, unfortunately. I did not see that yet. I'm saying yet because I'll see it in a little bit. d6, e takes d6, knight takes d6, castles, bishop g4, pinning the knight, h3, bishop h5, and Greek gift sacrifice strikes again. The computer says it's a blunder. King takes h7, knight takes g5. The computer says to sacrifice your queen. So once you take, your opponent takes, and then you take back. And if you count the material, I'm down a piece. But who is going to sacrifice their queen on move 14? So king g6. Queen d3 check. I mean, f5. I think it's probably the only move. Actually, not the only move. There's another move as well, but whatever. Knight e6, fork. Queen f6, casting in on the investment. Queen takes back. And g4, trap bishop. Counterattack on the queen, but we don't care. Queen g3, takes, and this move, apparently. I'm just gonna cast in again. Knight d7, bishop f4, everything is going super. F5, knight f5, queen g6 check, king h8, and you might think this is just a nice game, one of those games that I just win with zero effort. No, bishop d6. But I forgot the knights can just go backwards. So, yeah. So we're just down material again. Kind of. Sort of. We are. But it's not terrible. Because the king is so unsafe. Actually, both kings are unsafe. Rook a to e1. Just trying to consolidate. Bishop d4. Rook e6. Knight e5. Queen g3. Bishop takes c3. B takes c3. Knight e4. Yep, like I told you, this is also a rapid game, so we had time. And I just take the free knight. I cast in on the investment. Knight d2. Rook h6 check. This is the brilliant combination. Now, normally people here would just, go here and blunder that. But instead we play rook takes h6, which I just showed you. There is only one legal move. And then you have queen e6 check. Only one legal move. You sacrifice the rook. And you win the queen. And then the game is straightforward. Just go here. You retreat. You push the pawn. And to be a little fancy, we sacrifice the rook. He takes the rook. We sacrifice our queen, we get a new queen, and the game's over. A fantastic end. There were a couple of blunders, like for example this. But if you played it on a low elo game, I don't think they would have just sacrificed their queen for nothing. So, yeah. That's the end of the first game. Let's go to the next one. Sorry, I just spoiled the game by accident. Anyways, we get another Russian system. Russian game, not Russian system. I don't know why I said Russian system. Anyways, here we actually get the 4 knights. Now, in this case, I always go d4. Try to destabilize the center. He goes for this variation, the Scots variation, except it basically have a transposition to Scots. Kind of. And we do this. Bishop d3, just defending our pawns. d5 is striking in the center. e5, pushing the knight away. Bishop takes c3 is a mistake, apparently, according to the computer. Now, it's unclear why the doubling of your pawns is a mistake. I don't want to know why. Queen e7, Queen e2, Knight c4, and Bishop f4. Rook e8, Rook f2, e1. Making a battery, why not? Queen a3. Starting a pawn, and the position is +2. Why is it +2? The reason why it's 2 + 2, just if we look in this position, is probably because of the fact that Black is about to have isolated double pawns. I have isolated double pawns, so that's not the point. I have the bishop here, and the position is kind of open. And I got some attacking possibilities. So, bishop d2, just defending. As you can see, the computer just went instantly down, like you saw that, right? It's because you need to be aggressive. I was not so aggressive, and the computer just dunked on me. f6. f3. And it's a mistake. But it is not spotted. It was a mistake because of this move. The computer says to sacrifice. Because if you take his queen, apparently you just go for this endgame, which is completely losing, which is bananas. But he goes for that and gets his knight trapped. But this guy decided to completely dunk the chess rules out of the window and play knight c4. Yeah. Queen takes e8 check. Queen f8. Bishop takes h7 check. King takes h7. And we win the queen. 2 games back to back. We win queens. He takes this. And we go here. Game over. There's like no way to stop. So many captures. There's no way to stop it. And the game ends here. And that's pretty much the end of this game as well. Let's go to the next one. Alright. I got a long game for you. 42 moves. Let's go. What is this opening? The fiddler defense. Now, always, if you see the fiddler defense, go for c3, d4 push. Because he's probably going to go for this. Then you just go here with the queen. Now, the computer doesn't have a particular opinion on it. And I don't care anyway. Yeah, as you can see, he's playing a little too passively. Because the fiddler defense is cramped. So you got to uncramp the position. Kind of. That's the reason why I wouldn't recommend the fiddler defense, because you just play with little space. And now, as you can see, Black is trying to find some space to play with, but he doesn't. So, I just take advantage of the fact that I have this free space. I could go for some aggressive, like taking on the center, but I'm not. But a6, a mysterious move, which I have no clue what it does, and apparently it's not even the top of move. I don't know what a6 was about. Don't ask me. b4. Just taking some more space away from Black. Why not? As you can see, the computer already says that a5 is a good move, so you're trying to get some space. Because, like I said, if you play the fiddler defense, you're going to suffer from space disadvantage. b5, though, taking some space, as you can see. d5. Says a mistake to the computer, but I don't really see why. And of course my opponent doesn't either. Like, it just says minus 0.4, but where is the big thing? Where is the big thing? c4, breaking the position. c6. D takes c6, and bishop takes c6, knight bd2, and knight g4. I can't really save the bishop, so I'm losing the bishop pair. And now black has the advantage, because the bishop pair is considered an advantage on chess. But the position looks semi-open, you can say. There's some ideas. Knight f6, c takes b5, bishop takes b5, and then we just have this exchange and castles. Queen b8 is the choice. h3 for left. d5, just making some attacks, I guess you can say. E takes d5, knight takes d5, and queen e4. Already you can see some threats. Apparently the computer says this is the move, and you just have to slide back and accept the fact that you're losing a pawn. But he goes here, which he takes the pawn, and I'm going to take here, bishop f6. Now, this looks like it's a good move, because you're pinning the knight to the rook, but I'm forking. Rook e8. Expecting that I'm going to take the queen and go for a queen trade. But instead we take the bishop. Because now I can take the free knight after this check. It's an in-between move. And then we take the free knight. And we're up a full piece on the endgame. That's kind of nice. Kind of an advantage, you can say. Rook a4. Attacking the queen. Top engine move, I think. Queen b3. Just attacking the weaknesses. And queen b7. Just defending. Rook f2 e1. Trying to trade. Rook g8. Threatens mate. But we got knight f3. Either move was good, doesn't matter. Rook f4. I don't know what it does, but I went king f1, b4, a4. I play with some psychology here. So people below the ILO of 800, or maybe even lower than that, would 100% go en passant here and go for the full aura mode, but then would hang their queen. So instead of that, instead of, having the greatest moving chess I ever played, we get this check. So that means my opponent has a brain. It doesn't change much in the position anyway. King g1, queen a5, rook e3. I didn't take the free pawn yet. Queen h5. Trying us a couple of things. First of all, the g-pawn is pinned to the king, so I can't take back and will be really dangerous. So I'm going to go king h2. The computer says sacrifice the rook. Why? Because of that? Because you win it back instantly? What about that, though? Oh, I see. I can trade. But after this, then who's going to save the pawn? Nobody. And you get an outside pass pawn. So that's why I don't recommend that line. He goes for mate again. As you can see, king h2, queen g6. His clear-cut plan goes for mate. But I'm saving it with g3. Which apparently is not a threat. You can sack. You sacrifice the rook, but if you take, you're actually destroyed. So that's not the move. That's not the move. Never mind. Yeah, that's the move. Yeah. Sorry for that one. Rook e7. Just attacking the weaknesses. Why not? Oh, why not, man? f5. And here, blunder. And another blunder. Somehow this position is winning. I don't know why, because of the outside pass pawn. So I go for this instead. Computer says here to take, but it just goes for that. King c2. Queen g7, trying to mate. Knight d4. Simultaneously attacking. Two things at once and defending. Rook d2, knight takes f5, queen f6, rook c4, and the game ends for a win for me, thanks to the control, to the time control, which was 10 minutes. So yeah, I won this match, thanks to timeout. Now what was the clear-cut plan? What I will do here, I'll just wait for him to play the moves. I'm probably gonna go for this just to defend. Most likely he would attack, but I'm not sure. I think that's all for this match. Let's go to the next one. Alright, I got another short one for you. 20 moves. Why is it 20 moves? You will see. It's a meme. It's a meme. It's a meme game. So I'll show you why it's 20 moves. So d4, d5, knight c3, and the Chigorin variation. I don't know what it is. Knight f6, bishop g5. The Richter Veresov attack. I have not seen this. Is it like some sort of Trapowski? I think it's like d4, d5, and actually d4, this, and probably that. This is a Trapowski, but he's kind of playing it on a different way. With this move order, it's kind of a Trapowski attack still, but whatever. E6, defending the knight with the queen, so I won't have to double my pawns. Knight f3, h6, king at the bishop, bishop h4, and g5. Clearly, I'll go castle queenside. No, I will definitely not castle queenside. Just watch. Bishop g3. Okay, good. Knight h5. Just attacking the bishop. Why not? e4. Takes, and c6, making a pyramid. E takes d5. C takes d5, so I can keep the 2 pawns in the center. Bishop b5 check. Bishop d7. Castles. I can take here, but I do take. I don't know why I just said but. I don't know why. Knight that takes b5, just takes back. Queen b6, just threatening some stuff. a4. a6. Knight c3, free pawn. And here, for the next 5 moves, we have Uga chess. 95. What was the point of 95? You will see. After the full loss of a knight, you get queen h5. Looks like mate, because it is a mate threat, but you can just simply defend it with rook h7. f4, still going for it. We just go here, queen takes d4 check. Simple. King h2, knight c6. Threatening to completely get rid of your mating threat at all. No mates. Knight d3. G takes f4. And that move, which hangs a rook. And in this position, my opponent resigned, because this is no longer checkmate, because you just lose everything. So, yeah, that's the short game. Very meme opening. And after this game, this was a rapid game. 15 minute plus 10 seconds per move. My opponent was equal rating as me, 1071, 1071. And after this game, he went down to 900. I'm not even joking. But I respect privacy, so I'm not going to show it. Hey, let's go to the next one. Okay, the final game is going to be an Italian. Now, before we get on to this, I just want to say, this game might be just 22 moves long, but it's not just going to be a standard game. Buckle up. We get this Italian position. I've played this line for a certain time as white, but I always just go for the c3, d4 push with the queen on e2, just assisting on the e pawn, which is really weak if you do not defend it. b5, bishop b3, bishop b7, rook e1, d6, knight b d2, knight a5, bishop c2 to not get the bishop traded. Bishop b7, getting my bishop in this comfortable diagonal. Knight f1, reroute. That's a reroute. Takes a while to do one. Castles, knight g3, the 2 horses on the stables. c5, just taking some space. Bishop e3. And of course, we get knight g4, just jumping another position and attacking the bishop, forces to move away. Queen c7, just, developing my pieces, connecting the rocks. h3, attacking my knight, which retreats back to f6. Queen c1. What does it prepare? g5. And he sacrifices the bishop. Now he's getting in. It's the position is +4. How do you stop the checkmate? Rook g8. You can't checkmate yet, but they give the wrong check. And then I just block. And for the next two moves, don't laugh. Or laugh if you want. g4, rook g6, queen h4, bishop h4. And that's where the game ends. So as you can see, the moral of this is to teach you to not be afraid of moves like this. Sometimes you might be lucky, so don't resign if something like this just happens. Like, if my opponent went here, my only legal move is to, like, block, so I just do this. And then I just pretty much lose a piece, so that's why it's +3. And there's pretty much no way to stop all of that. Sorry for the Discord notifications. Anyways, more matches coming on the way, more chess soon. I'll close this. I'm going to force you to look at this maneuver here. I'm going to force you to look at this. So, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.